In this video I will show you how to create your first blank scenario in Gordium. As we are following the HAZOP methodology in Gordium, we will start working with a brainstorm for a truck unloading node where we are working with gasoline. Let's start with the parameter external. Imagine that someone in your team mentions a vehicle collision as a cause. As a team we can brainstorm together for a while, but let's keep it with this one for now. After opening the brainstorm item, we can see that there are multiple suggestions from the knowledge graphs, but for sake of this video, we will use a blank scenario. The initiating event in green on the left-hand side is automatically filled with the brainstorm cause, which we could update, or we can only update the initiating event frequency. In the HAZOP methodology, it is a practice to think about causes and their consequences. So let's add a loss event. We are working with a flammable liquid, so there could be a fatality or a major injury from a large fire. In our risk metrics, we can go to health and environment, and I think a single fatality or permanent disability would be a good fit. On top of the typical HAZOP elements, we can also define a top event, where a top event describes the loss of containment, in this case a pipe rupture, with the hazardous liquids in piping, would give a nice description that we could understand in years from now. Now that we've set the boundaries, a vehicle collision that will cause a pipe rupture with the risk of major injuries, we can have a look at how to prevent this consequence from happening. So let's add some safeguards. We can use the drag and drop functionality to place the safeguard on the event chain. We could think about guardrails. Pipe protection barriers are in place with a probability of failure on demand of 1. Let's add one more. Side traffic rules, probability of failure on demand of 1 with a maximum speed of 15 km an hour. After the loss of containment, we could think about things like a company fire brigade or something like that. So let's add an event and add a safeguard. Company fire brigade phone. And in this case, I want to do something different. Instead of writing the safety function manually, I will hit enter to start searching the knowledge graphs for this safety function. I will select the one from the tank terminal knowledge graph to continue. Let's have a look at the differences between the safeguard we created earlier. We've received some additional information, justification and barrier types are pre-filled, that we could update if we want, but let's leave them for now. Next to safeguards, we could also add enabling conditions to the event chain. In this case, the probability of ignition would make sense. Let's give it a probability of 10% for now. When the HAZOP team is happy with the scenario, we can hit save. And finally confirm the scenario to indicate that the scenario is complete.